Happy new month! So we are officially in month 3 of the 12 months in the year, and I'm so excited. And I decided to start the month in a grand style by talking about the biggest financial mistakes to avoid in 2025. This is a very important topic. I felt like if you're ready to take control of your finances and you want to achieve your goals, this video is that video you need to watch because I want you to, go through this topic, this particular video with me because I'm going to talk about some of the biggest financial mistakes that people do, which you can actually avoid in 2025. From overspending to poor investment decisions, we are going to talk about, and I'm going to make it very easy and straightforward. So, this 2025, we are talking about how to secure our money bags, and that simply means anything that has to do with information that will help us in terms of our finances. I am good to go. So, without much time, I just wanted you to know that in this year, please do not do this. These points we're going to talk about are things that you should, keep at the back of your mind, and every minute you should always know that this is something that would get you into a financial mistake that you may not like. So the first one I'm going to talk about which is mistake number one, not having a budget. Now, when it comes to budgeting, a lot of people do not honestly know where their money is going to. They have no clear understanding, first of all, how much their income is. They do not know how much their expenses are. And most times, when you do not understand these numbers, you would easily overspend and accumulate debts. I've seen people who spend from their head. They'll just do, okay, if I do this and this and okay, I'm going to spend on this. And when they're spending money, they are still the one that will come back and say, I don't even know what's happening to my money. So this lady here is, let's call her Sarah, okay? Now Sarah is like someone who earns online and she doesn't have a budget. And as a result of that, she's always struggling, she's always complaining, she's always talking to her friends about, I don't know where to cut down. So the thing is, what do we need to do for Sarah? First of all, Sarah needs to work on a budget. Now she needs to create a budget list. So in that budget list, you're going to have two things, which I call the must have. Must haves are the things that you must do them every month. Things like your light bills, transportation, data, food, rent, gas. These are things that every month they're things you must do. You are going to be on the first part of that budget list. Then the second part are things that are not necessarily important, but are things that when you have money, they can be in your fun list. Okay, let's call it a fun list. So that is what Sarah needs to do. When you set this up and you make a list, at least at the end of the month or beginning of the month, now we've just entered the month of March, you should be able to know, okay, from these main things I need, this is how much it's going to cost. So that when you know what is remaining, it's easy for you to start thinking of, I need to invest this amount of money. Okay, every month I'm going to do 5,000 or 10,000 into investments. Let's talk about mistake number two, too much debt. Of course, we all know that sometimes there's this very simple way people run into debt. I see it a lot in offices. They will bring their goods to you and they will tell you, just don't worry, when they pay you salary, I will come, you pay me. And because you are hoping that by the time the salary comes, you will make that payment, you will take up a lot of things. They will take shoes, clothes, bags, everything, collect even for your children, collect for friends, just pick. And at the end of the month, when the salary is coming, you realize that by the time you take out other things that are very important, you will see that you are still not going to pay off all those debts. So let's say this is John, okay? And John is going through quite some season in his life because he has a debt and he's not, seeing very well. What does he need to do? The first thing John needs to do is to cut down on his lifestyle. If he usually eats out, hangs out with friends, he needs to give himself maybe the next 3 months and decide that, okay, I'm not going to eat out with friends. I'm not going to do this. I can put all this money together and use it to pay off all these debts. In that way, I'll be able to balance. And it will be important for him to probably find a financial advisor, an educator who can put him or her through. So you may be in this situation. This is one simple way. Look at the things that are you spend a lot of money on. By the time you write down everything you spent money on the last 30 days or 60 days, you will see where the bulk of your money is going to. Let's talk about mistake number 3. This one, I call it the big one, because most people are not investing. Most people are just hoping that somehow along the line, some big money will land in their account and they will have something to use. And some people are praying for long life and prosperity, and they're not even making plans that, okay, God keeps you alive for the next 50 years. I don't know whichever age you are, but you are rooting to get to 90, 80, and you're not planning to have something, because at some point you're going to stop work. Is either you retire, you get fired, or you resign. So one must happen. The question is, those don't use your children as retirement benefit though, because anything can happen. What if that job you're hoping they will get, they don't get it? So just have a plan of your own. And you can actually start by doing as little as 1,000, 2,000. It is not about the money that matters, it's how what you're doing with the little money you have consistently that will change the game for you. So I'm going to do a separate video where I'm going to run you through what investing consistently can do in your life. I call it the lazy investing, something that will not take much away from you and you will still be making good money. And that is where compound interest comes into play. Now, compound interest is what I call interest on top of interest. So ideally, that it is called the interest that you earn on top of your principal amount and the accrued interest. And the beautiful thing about the compound interest is that your money at some point begins to grow faster than you can imagine. There are some levels where the money you have accumulated now grows much more than what you started with. And that is where compound interest is important, because it gives you exponential growth, because that little money will explode over time. It gives you passive income. Along the line, you may not need to contribute any in every month anymore. And then it will help you to have a disciplined savings culture, like you're now saving money to invest, to put it into the right investment. Let's talk about mistake number 4, not diversifying your investment. Okay, now this is David. David is making good money, and he is just putting all his money in probably Tesla, for example, just a growth individual stock. That is not good. Let's look at different things you can invest your money in. You're going to look at stocks, you're going to look at bonds, you're going to look at treasury bills. I had a session with someone recently, and I told the person how the money he has, he can put it into treasury bills, pull out the upfront interest, and move it into stocks and leverage on the money to grow and make much more than he can actually imagine in a year. And that was such a beautiful session. It's something that I teach people in my community. There are different ways you can move money from one asset class to another while you're diversifying. So these are, you know, low risk, these are moderate risk. Then if you want to still do the high risk investment, you can still do that. Let's talk about mistake number 5, investing at the wrong time or buying the wrong asset. Yes, you can actually, watch videos and you see someone talking about a particular stock that is doing well, like maybe this AI, time, DeepSeek, artificial intelligence, and then you're hearing NVIDIA, Palantir, NVIDIA, you just jump in. Let me at least have a part of this. I cannot be hearing NVIDIA for nothing. I want to buy Palantir, and then you buy these stocks at a time which they are at their all-time high. And the next thing you see, the stock begins to correct itself, to pull back, and you begin to panic. So this is where having financial education will do you good. When you have the information, you won't be following what people are saying online. What you would do is that you now have a proper plan and strategy. When the right time comes, you jump in. The whole idea is to buy lower and sell high. You buy something for 10 naira, you sell it for 15 naira. You buy something for $10, you sell for $50. That is how you make money. So Rachel is that kind of person who thinks she's very smart, and she's busy buying these stocks at the wrong times. And that is one information that many people are still failing at. They don't want to invest money to buy the right stocks and they still want to get it right, you're not really going to get it right, or else you begin to do the right thing. So this is Rachel, and we are hoping that the way to correct it is for her to first of all get financial education. In that way, she will begin to monitor and adjust her finances. She will know where to invest, the right time to invest, how to save, and then gradually her financial situation will begin to change and her investments will also begin to change too. So that's how to do that. Now, to get involved in financial education, we have our premium programs. We have the basic class where you get access to video lessons. And on top of that, you're getting a blueprint on how to earn passively every month. I call it, you know, free cash flow, FCF. Every month you have these stocks that pay you every single month for life. So far you own their shares. It will help you to set it up so that every month you can be earning from there, and as well as earning from individual and ETF and other forms of stock investment. Now we're going to we have other programs like the VIP where you can see the stocks that we buy and we sell and how we, grow small account into bigger accounts. The link to pay is actually in the description of this video. So I do hope that you enjoyed yourself. Here you have them, the mistakes you can avoid in 2025, sorry. So this is me helping you to become mindful of these common pitfalls so that you can begin to take control of your finances and achieve your goals. And remember, there's much you can do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more personal finance tips and tricks. I do hope you enjoyed this video and I wish you a lovely month of March. Bye.